Had a customer several years back that had stopped into the dealership. It was a little bit later, close to close. They're, an hour and a half away from home.
Right.
And the salesperson came and asked me, they're like, hey, Ashley, will you come and talk to this customer? Like, she's kind of irritated. They drove a limited 4Runner. She's just not happy. And I was like, who's not happy looking at a 4Runner, right?
Exactly.
And so I walked out there and I'm talking to her, and she's really, really agitated. And she's like, I'm just disappointed. There's not this, there's not that. And I was like, well, hang on a second.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you don't need a 4Runner. Like, you need a Highlander. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. And I was like, why?
They rule it out before they even drive an audience. Stop ruling out cars.
Please
drive
stop.
it first, please.
Literally, that was my point that I made to her. I was like, look, you're here. Go drive one. And that was what I told her. I said, hey, look, I was like, an XLE Highlander has more equipment on it than a limited 4Runner in essence at the time, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, you're here. Just go drive the car. At the very least, you've knocked another car off of your list. You need a new car.
Yeah.
So she went and drove one. She came back, immediately went straight to the Platinum Highlander that was on the showroom floor. And she was like, I want this one. She was like, you were right. Husband was thrilled to tears because he was tired of having this conversation with his wife about what car to get. She came from a full-size SUV. They were in like a Yukon or something. And she was used to having all the luxury, all the cup holders for all the kids.
Exactly.
She didn't like how the 4Runner drove because it drove like a truck. She wanted something that felt nice and homey and comfortable, but had every single thing on it as far as your bells and whistles.
Yeah.
And they were in and out in 45 minutes from the time that I went out and talked to them, just because they wanted to rule out a car that she'd never even sat in.
Sometimes you don't know what you want until somebody shows you. So